Welcome to NYN News. Tonight, does cancer cause coffee or the inverse? Breaking news on the Hudson River.
Hello, my name is Alexa Arguello and we are here live at the Hudson River, where a fight between Gibbons versus Ogden.
Boy, you have no right to the Hudson River.
Yes, I do.
The state of New York gave me the sole power to trade on this river.
We'll see what the Supreme Court has to say about that, son.
Hello, I'm Judge Alexis A, and this is my boxing ring. And in this corner, we have Gibbons.
On the water swap.
And in the other corner, we have Ogden.
They see me rolling, they hating, patrol.
Swing first, boy.
Score up, Gibbons.
The Hudson River is on the border between New York and New Jersey, so it's trade among states.
States have the right to decide their own trade, and the Hudson River is within New York.
The Supreme Court has ruled that round one goes to Gibbons. The Constitution states that commerce among several states can be decided by the federal government. I conclude that among means intermingled with. On to round two. Round two, start.
I have the right to the New York River.
Well, no, the Hudson River can be shared by everyone, not just your ferry. That's right. The Supreme Court rules that I win.
On the water swap.
Hello, Mr. Ogden. I am Mrs. Arguello.
Hello, Mrs. Ware. Nice to meet you.
Let's start with a couple of questions. From your point of view, how did this conflict start?
Originally, the state of New York had given me the right to ferry people from the New York City area across the Hudson River all the way to New Jersey. Gibbons and I were partners, you could say, but then he started operating on my waters. I filed a complaint against Gibbons in the Court of Chancery of New York.
Interesting. Is it true your business was a monopoly?
I would not use those words specifically.
Why would you say your argument is stronger?
Well, I believe I have a better argument because the state of New York originally gave me the power to control trade over the Hudson River. The state has the right to control trade within their own state, and the Hudson River is technically within the New York state boundaries.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Ogden. Now on to an interview with Mr. Gibson. Hello, Mr. Gibbons. I am Miss Arguello.
Hello, Miss Arguello.
From your point of view, how did this conflict start?
I was originally in a trade deal with Mr. Ogden. However, we split apart and I decided to run my own business on the Hudson River. But the slimy snake, Ogden, said that he had the right to run a monopoly on the Hudson. Of course, me being from the South didn't know that the Northerners were in cahoots with each other. Yes, I'm referring to Ogden being the former governor of New Jersey, which he casually didn't mention. Of course, a local court would rule in favor of him.
Oh, some new information. What made you go to the Supreme Court, Mr. Gibbons?
I heard that Judge Marshall was morally sound and a fellow Southerner. I knew I could trust him to lead a fair trial, and I trusted that he would use the law of the land, the Constitution, which supports my claim. So of course I appealed to the Supreme Court of Justice.
Any words to say about your victory, Mr. Gibbons?
Although my case was about a small river relative to the size of this great nation, It proves that the federal government is stronger than the state in decisions that deal with interstate trade. It also proves that we are in a new era where the Americans are united as one under the Constitution of the United States.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Gibbons. Now back to the studio with Mr. Long.
Thank you, Miss Arguello. And on to more pressing issues. Does cancer cause coffee?
Well, according to our studies, if you drink 3 cups of coffee in 1 year, you actually have a 47.2897651% chance of getting cancer later in your life.
Intriguing. Thank you for watching NYN News.